really not sure how far we're going to go with this subject, but this is liberty.
Yes.
Tell me, Liberty, how this came about.
Vaginal steaming, which is also known as pelvic steaming or yoni steaming, the new kind of school of medicine called peristeam hydrotherapy. And if people are comfortable saying vagina or not.
When you approach people, how do you bring up the subject? When people say, oh, what do you do?
I would have thought, like, I'm kind of a shy person. I would have thought that I would never be able to talk about something like this. But to be honest, I'm so passionate about it and I believe so much in it that I can even talk about it without turning red, which is my usual. And I just say it because there's nothing wrong with it. I even say it to men because all men have a woman in their life, a daughter, a wife, a mother, a sister. So everyone should know because every woman has a vagina and every woman has had issues at some point in their life, I believe.
Right, so we have to keep it healthy.
We have to keep it healthy.
And it's the aim of
it's in the benefit for everyone to keep it healthy.
Very good, yes it is.
But yeah, people are shocked. You asked how they're always like, their face is always funny. Like, what?
And then do they want to know more?
Yes.
Or do some people just brush over it and then go home and say, do you know what? I was talking to that lady over there. And do they ask more questions?
Always. I mean, I have to say, like, if it's men, usually they're like, oh, that's interesting, okay. But
yeah, let's go and find someone else to talk to.
Exactly. But women always are interested. And I'm not saying they're always open to it, but they're always interested to hear about it.
Weirdly, the week before I met you, I was watching a British TV show about a British family that went to Namibia to live with the Himba tribe, and they were talking vaginal steaming, and then suddenly I met you and you said that you did this. Isn't it weird how things happen like that?
It's meant to be.
I'm not sure. I'm not sold on this, I have to say. But
it's been around the world for centuries, ages. It's the first thing women did to take care of their, insides. Yes. Yeah, I mean, from infections to postpartum recovery to even labor prep, they use it. Some way to attack any of your issues before surgery or drugs, basically. And yeah, it's natural. It's completely natural. It's non-invasive. And they found it in every continent of the world that women did this, like in India for postpartum, in countries in Africa, not just the tribal ones, but South Africa. Studies have been done, but not many. And they've mostly been done in Asian countries, like in Korea, China, one in US for postpartum, which is called the 4th trimester study. And my teacher, Kelly Garza, is the one who funded that study. And her company is called Steamy Chick.
And Steamy Chick, I love that. And is she on Instagram? And
she's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, she's everywhere. She's basically bringing this practice back. She's training women all over the world. She has a master's in international studies, so she's a researcher. And she just also happened upon it and used it for herself. But she's done research and she's just worked with over 700 women, maybe it's more by now.
What actually made you think this is for me, not for you to use, but for you to get the word out?
Well, because personally, I'll tell you my story and then how it changed the way I thought of vaginal steaming. Is because I had chronic infections my whole life. UTIs and bacteria infections, like vaginal bacteria infections, where like if I swam in a pool or I wore the wrong underwear, women know this, like you do something and something comes off. So
it's a cycle.
And it's a cycle. You go to the gynecologist and they say, okay, antibiotics, and then you do that, and then it goes away for a while and inevitably it comes back. One day I was listening to a podcast with Kelly Garza on it, and she was talking about steaming, and I was like, is this? This is crazy. But I was at such a point that I'm like, I'm gonna try anything because I just keep going down the same circle,
And where were you at that stage?
Here in Dubai.
You were here?
Yeah.
Right.
And so then I just tried it. I was like, I couldn't get her herbs here because she doesn't ship internationally, but she was saying you can do it with Himalayan salt or just anything in your herb cupboard, like basil. So I had basil and salt, and I just started doing it every Friday as like a self-care practice. And from that day, the first day I've done that, I haven't had an infection. And then, because of my experience, I started talking to everyone about it anyways. And then
Great dinner party conversation.
Yeah, no, just any woman I know, I would talk about it. Like, have you heard of this? You have to try it. Let's send them all the podcasts. Listen to this.
And how many of them said, yeah, I'm going to do it, and did it?
So many.
Really?
Yeah, but I couldn't help them to tell them what to do because I didn't know anything myself. So then I found out that Kelly has this whole training program. So I did the training and I loved it. And I honestly feel like I found my calling in life, which I didn't know what I
keep everybody clean and healthy.
Well, yeah, and in a natural way.
That's not a bad calling.
And I'm passionate about it. And I mean, it's not a magic pill, you know. It doesn't cure everything. It doesn't help with everything. There's a lot of psychology involved with women's issues, which you have to deal with. Also, lifestyle, diet. It's all because we are intelligent beings, right? Our bodies are intelligent, and everything works together.
Hello. You're on this journey of spreading the word about this whole
steaming. We can just call it
steaming thing.
Yeah.
And how did you get a chair?
But they're
little stool.
A pomegranate,
yes.
Which is my logo, because you need one.
Yes.
In order to steam.
Right.
Otherwise, you can stand over a pot or kneel over a pot.
Yeah.
But this makes it much more comfortable and convenient.
Yes.
And the reason I chose pomegranate is because it's the sign of fertility, and not fertility, but femininity.
And then we've got the little pan, little pot. So I'm assuming you put your special
herbs.
box.
Yes. So I have a little box here, and this one is called You Chill Out. It's my blend. U is for uterus, obviously.
Obviously.
And also you.
You, yes.
For you and your uterus. And then Chill Out so it's a cooling and moisturizing blend. And it has, I think, 6 or 7 different types of herbs in it.
Oh my gosh, I smell it. I smell mint.
Yeah. It has lavender and calendula.
It smells amazing.
Yeah. It's really good. You can even drink it if you want, but it's
not afterwards.
No.
Don't be doing that. No. Okay. No. So this goes. So you boil water with that in it. So this goes on the stove. That goes in there. And how long do you?
You should let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you put it under the stool, and you I usually wear
no demonstrations.
No. Sit over it for 10, it depends, some people can sit on it for 10 minutes, some people for 30. So it depends, I go through a really in-depth questionnaire about your menstrual cycle, or if you're in menopause, then about how you feel, your heat, your dryness, and then select the right herbs and tell you how long to steam and when in your menstrual cycle.
Wow.
So it's kind of scientific. I mean, it is scientific. If you steam with the wrong herbs at the wrong time and for too long, it can not be a good thing. You can make yourself bleed more, or bring on your period sooner. If you want to lengthen your cycle, you need to steam with certain herbs. And if you want to bring your period, if you have missing periods, you want to steam with other herbs that will instigate the circulation. So it went from 21 to 26, which is amazing. It should be 28, but I'm still working there on it. For my particular case, I do 1 time after my period, and I do it 3 times on days 19, 20, and 21 of my cycle.
That's very scientific.
Yeah, and that's at a certain point in your cycle to help lengthen it so your period doesn't come.
So don't just go and buy tea bags.
No.
And sit over tea bags, because that's really not going to help. You need to speak to a professional to know exactly which days, how many days, and the timing.
Exactly. A cycle was 68 days, and then she started steaming after that period, and she steamed every other day, and her period came on day 32. And she had never had that short of a cycle in her whole entire life.
You approached me at the Thrive talk because I said I was menopausal, and you thought, there's a customer.
It wasn't, I never think in customers. I think there is a woman I can help. So I think it's knowledge.
Yes.
So if I can tell someone and they're interested, and that's when you were like, I was amazed that you said that. You want to come and talk about it? And
Yeah,
want to
definitely.
Try it? So thank you so much.
So menopause creates various issues. I don't know how many details we're going to go into, but dryness is one of them.
Dryness is one of them. Heat is another one.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know that. Yeah.
Chill out.
The you chill out.
So it's moisturizing and cooling. And so the herbs, those are the properties that they have. And I mean, I know for myself that even I had dryness, and since I've been steaming, my vagina is not dry, but also not overly,
Okay, I think,
Yeah.
okay, it's not the
Not-
opposite either.
Imagine steam, it can get through rocks, right? So, and our skin is very porous. So it's not like it's going up through our vagina, it is as well going up through our vagina, and it gets into the cervix, but it also goes through your skin. And there's so many
It
blood,
absorbs.
it absorbs into the blood vessels, and it increases circulation, and that's how it goes up into the upper uterus, and it can help people with cysts, fibroids. And so what we put in our blends is like nettles and dandelion, which is, they're full of blood, it's like a blood tonic full of nutrients for your blood, and it goes straight into your bloodstream through there.
So it wouldn't only be for vaginal issues then? I mean, it sounds like it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's a healthy thing to do for your blood.
Exactly, definitely. And hemorrhoids. Even there's men that steam.
Do you have men customers?
I don't.
You
I don't target them.
Men do
have
get hemorrhoids.
Yeah. But apparently it's also some other prostate issues, maybe. I read.
Well, if
I
it's
can't
good for your
talk.
blood, it's got to be good for both men and women.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the word is. A little bit green for me, but
A little too natural.
a little too natural.
Mm.
I do quite like to take a pill for whatever issues, as long as the pill works.
Yeah.
But I do understand in this day and age that, and also looking back into the past, that things worked then and they are being found out now. So I think I will have to try it.
I think you should. It can't hurt to try. I mean,
It
maybe you'll
cannot
try
hurt
it.
to try.
If it feels good, sit on it and feel it. If it should feel like a nice warm bath. If it feels hotter than that, get up and wait. That's like common sense, right?
Sounds like common sense to me. I'm sure there was somebody who would blame it on you, but
Yeah.
but
'cause,
yes.
but well,
But we
women
do have to take
a-
responsibility for ourselves every now and then.
Of course. And women have this idea of, okay, because we go through a lot, we have childbirth and periods monthly and pain, and we just deal with it and we're strong. And so we have this whole mentality of, okay, even if it hurts, it's good for me. I'm just gonna sit here and
Right,
like,
yes, that's true. Yes.
I think that every house that has a woman living in it needs one of these. This one is You Renew, which is cleansing.
I love that.
Yeah. It's good for people who have missing periods. And this one is You Empower,
Okay.
which is the gentle herb blend for people with short cycles like me. Named by my mom, actually. You Purify.
Does your mom do it?
She does.
Does she?
Yes.
And your sister?
My sister, I just had a sister who gave birth, and she steamed postpartum. This was her second child. The recovery was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, she
Healed faster.
She healed faster, yeah. And she said it helps with her blood, her milk supply.
I will try it. I will
Good.
try it.
I really hope you do.
And I love that it's a new business, but from a really authentic place, and that you found your passion, which is the most important thing.
That is the most important thing. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome, Liberty. Liberty steams.
Liberty steams, yes. Steam your way to freedom. Enjoy the perfect period. That's my slogan.
Enjoy the perfect period.
Well, the perfect period, what is that? Do you want to know?
Go on then.
So the perfect period is 28 to 30 day cycle, which is, in sync with the moon, and 4 days of fresh red blood, no brown before or after, and no pain, no PMS. That's
And
the
this
goal.
will do that for you.
And this can. If you regularly follow the protocol, after 3 to 6 months, you can have the perfect period.
Well, I'm beyond that, but who doesn't want a perfect period?
I do. We can really connect to it and learn from it, which is what I'm trying to spread.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. Thank you very much, Liberty, and thanks everybody for watching.